Important note, this video is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decision. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Here's your market briefing from Rumour with AI. Crypto venture capital is defying the bear market. Coinbase Ventures topped H1 2026 deal flow with 30 investments. This stands in stark contrast to the broader sector collapse. Total crypto funding plummeted to just $1.4 billion in June. The divergence highlights a strategic pivot by major exchanges toward infrastructure over speculation. On the regulatory front, the Securities Transfer Association is urging the SEC to prioritize issuer-sponsored tokenized stocks. They argue this approach protects market integrity better than third-party synthetic models. The push signals growing institutional pressure for clearer tokenization standards. Meanwhile, macro risks are mounting in emerging markets. India's inflation has breached the Reserve Bank of India's target for the first time in over a year. This breach raises the odds of an imminent interest rate hike. The move impacts global emerging market bonds and could trigger capital outflows from Asian debt instruments. In related news, Beijing is accelerating its aerospace ambitions. 15 commercial aerospace firms are targeting IPOs to challenge SpaceX's monopoly. The strategy leverages reusable rocket technology despite higher manufacturing costs. This state-backed push aims to disrupt the global launch market. Simultaneously, African central banks are shifting reserves toward the yuan. This acceleration occurs as dollar dominance erodes. The trend impacts global reserve dynamics and emerging market liquidity. It signals a long-term structural shift in international trade settlement patterns. Looking ahead to today's release, the economic calendar remains quiet. There are no major high-impact releases scheduled in the next 36 hours. Investors are waiting for clearer signals from the RBI and the SEC before positioning for the next leg of the market cycle. The crypto funding freeze continues to weigh on startup valuations. Coinbase activity suggests consolidation among established players. Smaller funds may struggle to compete without similar balance sheets. Regulatory clarity remains the key variable for tokenized assets. The SEC's response to the Securities Transfer Association will set the tone for institutional adoption. A favorable ruling could unlock trillions in dormant capital. India's inflation data is a critical inflection point. The RBI's reaction function will determine the path of emerging market yields. A hawkish pivot could strengthen the rupee but dampen growth prospects. China's aerospace IPOs represent a significant geopolitical bet. Success would reduce reliance on Western launch providers. Failure would highlight the challenges of replicating Silicon Valley innovation in a state-directed economy. The yuan's rise in Africa reflects broader de-dollarization trends. It offers an alternative for nations seeking to reduce exposure to U.S. monetary policy. This shift could gradually weaken the dollar's reserve currency status over time. Investors should monitor these developments closely. The interplay between regulatory policy, monetary tightening, and geopolitical strategy will define market volatility in the coming months. That's your market briefing. Follow Rumour with AI for daily market intelligence.